Social inclusion is important in relation to mental health due to the fact that humans thrive on the engagement of the world around them, seeking connection and expecting reciprocation. Social exclusion theory states that an inability to participate in mainstream places puts people at a deficit. The theory seeks to study those that are ostracized from society and claims that social exclusion is a form of multifaceted deprivation for which members are disconnected from society, not merely relying on one singular causation. This goes on to introduce the idea that citizens should be able to participate in several key activities: consumption, production, political engagement, and social interaction. From several obtained cohesive reports, it has been garnered that the key parts of social inclusion often involve a decline in mental health and vice versa. The two are interrelated, tied together, as social inclusion is the essence of humans' constant craving to be accepted. In this video, we will be talking about three subsections of social inclusion: employment, poverty, and housing. Employment and mental health are prominently correlated. Having a mental health issue may be a reason for someone to become unemployed. As well, being unemployed corresponds with a deterioration of mental health. Those with mental health issues may need to take time off or even quit their jobs. Others may not have the chance to be employed. There is a stigma around mental health, and some jobs, such as the military, have strict rules against those who have certain mental illnesses joining their workforce. Employment is considered to be a standard within society. Tying it into social inclusion means that, as those who are unemployed are considered others, they are often left out of the conglomeration of considered populations, falling through the cracks. Poverty arises for several reasons. Those with mental health issues are, as with unemployment, interrelated. Poverty heightens stress, opportunities for trauma, etc. Further, poverty can often happen due to social programs, leaving those with mental health issues without proper care. Health insurance may not cover psychology bills. Disability checks are not nearly anywhere high enough to substantiate a working raise, and neither is Social Security. In terms of social inclusion, poverty, as with unemployment, is not a part of the social norm. It is not, at least not in a nation that glorifies capitalism to such an extent. Being left out of the consumerist masses, or unable to relate with others due to lack of funds, is a big part of social exclusion. Finally, housing and mental health. People with mental health issues can live in any house. There was a study done after the termination of mental institutions. And that there was a study done after the ending of mental institutions that was done on housing, and it was about how people can live in any house. But the thing is housing is a security. It gives people a place to be themselves and feel protected. Those who live in areas that are more vulnerable to things such as crime are at risk for mental health issues. Further, those without homes are as well. Housing is tied into social exclusion, as those who become homeless are living in places stricken by poverty, are often dropped by society. There is a lack of affordable housing units, and social programs have several requirements that people with mental illnesses may not be able to meet. Overall, social inclusion relates to the way that people interact with the world, and things such as employment, poverty, and housing all play a role in that. Employment affects people with mental health issues as well as causes them. Further, those who are unemployed face backlash from the inclusion of society. Poverty is tied into mental health due to the nature of poverty, as well as the fact that disability and other welfare programs are not high in their providing of funds. Lastly, housing. Although it has been found that people with mental health issues can live in any house, has been shown to have correlation. People who are homeless or live in lower income housing may be susceptible to mental health problems, or may be in such a situation due to mental health problems. All of these factors tie into social inclusion, as people with these situations often are not given a proper place in society. They are forgotten about or not included, even in things like the right to vote, which can not happen if you do not have an address.